everyone, it's Miss Steph from the Whitman Library. We are still closed to the public, but we are offering curbside pickup. So you can place holds online or by calling us or emailing, and we'll have the books ready for you at a scheduled pickup time on the parking lot side of the building. We just did our first book order since March, and since you can't come in and browse, I've pulled a bunch of books to show to you. So I'm going to start with board books for our youngest patrons, then I'll talk about picture books, nonfiction, graphic novels, and chapter books. So this is the first board book I want to share with you. This is called Stanley's Toolbox. Stanley is a hamster, and we have some of his picture books in our collection too. So in this book, he's going to fix a treehouse, and you'll learn about all the different tools that he's going to use to do that. I'm sure everyone loves this character, so it's really exciting to have another ELMO book in our collection. And this is a newer character that I've been hearing a lot about. This is Blippi. And this is an interactive search and find book. So you can help Blippi find all these items at the beach, at the farm, and other locations. And the last board book that I brought today is a longer board book. This one is Little Sunflower. We also have Little Acorn in our picture book collection. And this tells you the whole process of planting a seed that grows into a sunflower. So our next category is picture books. And this is a new book called Lone Wolf. And this is about Maple, who is a husky, and she loves being a family dog, but everyone says she looks like a wolf. So she decides to run away from home and try to live like a wolf. But where do you think she'll find her pack? I love the illustrations in this one. Bo the Brave. Bo's brothers are monster hunters. When she decides to go out and catch a monster, she finds that they're not quite what she expected. As a parent, this one is so beautiful to read to your small child or even to your baby. This is about what your baby will grow up to be. Will they be bold like grandma or adventurous like their auntie? Here's Lyric McCarrigan, Secret Librarian. An evil genius has a plan to destroy all the books in the world. But Lyric McCarrigan has gadgets, disguises, and of course, the right book for the right person. Interactive books have been really popular, and this is the button book. So the red button is a beeping button, the orange button is a clapping button. And to find out what all the other colors do, you'll have to read the book. Do you have a little geologist at home who likes to pick up rocks wherever you go? This one is a rainbow of rocks, and I actually have this one in my house too. And it uses little rhymes to tell you about the colors and characteristics of all kinds of real rocks and minerals. For kids who like to play outside, we have Dusk Explorers. So these children start playing outside just as it starts to get dark out. What's different about playing outside at night versus in the daytime? This one is The Fort. There is a prince and a pirate who both use the fort in different ways. But when they get there at the same time, can they find a way to play together? This one is Box-a-Tects. Boxes are the best toys. And Meg is a Box-a-Tect. She's the only Box-a-Tect at her school with Bakeologists and Blanketeers. But when Simone, another Box-a-Tect, shows up, can they work together? And these two books go together. When Grandma gives you a lemon tree and when Grandpa gives you a toolbox. These books are about children who didn't quite get what they wanted for their birthday presents. And this one, find a preview in here. If you get a present you don't want, do not launch it into outer space. Do not feed it to a T-Rex. And for Pokemon fans, this is a really fun ABC book. And I've marked a page. I like Vulpix. This is one of my favorites. So V is for Vulpix. And I learned that Vulpix looks different in the snow and in other regions. Here's a picture book that uses real photos to talk about what animals do. This is Baby Animals Moving. And instead of illustrations, it uses photos. So this is a mother lion carrying a cub and a kangaroo with a joey in her pouch. And the last picture book I brought today is The Night Gardener. Grimlock Lane is an ordinary street until a mysterious gardener starts creating topiaries. And a topiary is a plant or bush that has been carved. So this one has been made into an owl. When a little boy meets the night gardener, the gardener gives him a special gift. The first nonfiction books that I want to show you are some biographies. So when I was younger, I wanted to be a pilot. And this is the story of Bessie Coleman, who was an early female pilot. It's a unique book because it's told from the points of view of her teachers, her brother, her parents, and others who actually knew her. Daniel Tiger is a favorite in our house, and here's a new biography of Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers taped over 900 episodes of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood over several decades. And the last one, Hamilton, has been very popular lately. So here is a beginner reader level biography of Lin-Manuel Miranda, how he got his start on Broadway and how he decided to write Hamilton. These two books go together. Fiona the Hippo is a picture book level for younger children, and Saving Fiona is for slightly older children. Fiona is a real hippo who lives at the Cincinnati Zoo, and she was the first premature hippo that was born in a zoo. That means she was born too early for her parents to take care of her, and zookeepers had to step in. We have several of the National Geographic Little Kids Big Books. This one is about pets. So it tells you how to read a dog's body language, what kind of cat would be a good pet for you, and other animal facts. We cannot have enough dinosaur books. And this weird but true dinosaur book is perfect for just picking up and putting down. You can open up to any page to learn a fact, like it was once believed that Stegosaurus had a second brain on its back. Another similar book is Brain Candy. This one has facts about all sorts of topics: narwhals, Rhode Island, and fireworks. This year we have a presidential election coming up. And this is a great book to learn about the process, like what is the Electoral College, what are checks and balances, and what are some famous campaign slogans. And just for fun, we have How to Draw Pokemon. This one has steps for drawing over 70 popular characters. We are always adding to our graphic novel collections, and today I brought a whole stack. So this one is Owlie, The Way Home, and this is a nice one for younger graphic novel readers. It's just a gentle story about an owl who makes friends with a worm. This is called Aster and the Accidental Magic. Aster moves out into the middle of nowhere and meets a mysterious old woman, and she also meets a trickster spirit who grants her 3 wishes. But of course, they all go wrong. Another story about moving into the middle of nowhere is Stepping Stones. This is a realistic graphic novel about a girl who moves from the city to the countryside, and she has to navigate cleaning chicken coops and having step-siblings. Gen Pet is a sci-fi futuristic graphic novel. It takes place in 2036, and it's about a boy who gets a genetically modified pet who is supposed to protect him. When they really are in danger, can he protect him? Doodleville is about a girl named Drew who loves to create a whole town of comics. It's all fun until she creates a monster who comes out into the real world. My video game Ate My Homework is about a boy who needs his volcano experiment to get an A+, so he doesn't have to go to summer school. When his friend breaks a virtual reality toy, they land inside a video game. They have to beat the game to get out. And the last one is I Survived. The chapter books of I Survived have been very popular, and they are starting to make graphic novel versions. So this is I Survived the Shark Attacks of 1916, and we also have I Survived the Titanic. Our next section is beginner readers. This one is Frog Meets Dog. And Dog just wants to play with the frogs, but can they figure out a good way to play together? This one just has a few words per page, so it's very good for children just starting to read. This is a Storybots book about T-Rex, and this one also just has a few words per page, so good for beginners. Ninjas have been very popular lately, and we have some Moby Shinobi books. So this one is Moby Shinobi, Take a Hike. This is about how he uses his ninja skills hiking and camping. For chapter books, we have a new set of books from Harper Chapters. And what I like about these is that they actually have visual trackers inside. So this shows you, it says 1 chapter down, off to a great start. And then later on, it says, you've read more than 4,320 words. You must be super focused. And it shows you how far you are in the book. So this one is called Trouble at Table 5, The Candy Caper. This is about Molly, who likes things to be sorted and organized in specific ways. When she sees a jar of candy on her principal's desk, she needs to know exactly how many pieces of candy are in there. Another Harper chapter book is 13th Street Battle of the Bad Breath Bats. This is about 3 children who accidentally land on 13th Street and have to defeat the bats before they can get back home. We also have Sparkleton, The Magic Day. Sparkleton is a young unicorn who doesn't have any magical powers yet. When he borrows his sister's magical powers of wish granting, lots of things go wrong. Another set that we have is the Quicks books. These are called fast reads. This one is Fort Builders, and this is the first in a new series. And in this book, some children start a fort building company, and their first order is to make a pink birthday cake fort. Also from the Quicks books, we have Adventures of Allie and Amy, the Best Friend Plan. And this is a book about 2 best friends who have a list of things to do this summer. Will they get it all done? And our last shorter chapter book is Sonic the Hedgehog and the Tales of Terror. Sonic has been very popular with the video games and the new movie, and we have several of his graphic novels, so now we have some chapter books. My last set of books is perfect for grades 5 through 7. The first one is called A Kind of Paradise. And this is about Jamie, who gets in trouble, and her punishment is to work at the library, which sounds pretty awful, right? But as the summer goes on, she discovers that it's not so bad as she gets to know the patrons and the books and the library. If you've ever read a Choose Your Own Adventure book, you know how fun they are. So this series is called Case Closed, and the one I brought is Mystery in the Mansion. This is about a millionaire who is receiving threats because someone wants her fortune. So these children try to solve the mystery, and there are actually puzzles in the book, and you can choose different actions to get to different endings. The Great Treehouse War is about a girl named Winnie who spends 3 days with her mother, 3 days with her father, and every Wednesday she lives by herself in the treehouse. Pretty soon her friends start moving into the treehouse, and nobody wants to go home. And the last book we have is called War Stories by Gordon Corman. You may have read some of his other books before. So this is about a boy named Trevor who loves to play war-based video games. His great-grandfather was a real war hero, and Trevor goes on a trip with him to retrace his journey through the army and through a real war. So those are just a few of the books from this order. We have a lot of new books as well as our existing collection, and you can put them on hold online, or you can call us, or you can email us, and we will arrange to get these books to you.